first guest is a quarterback with an electric tape. There he is, a quarterback with an electric tape out of first Texas Tech and now Hampton, which I don't want to ruffle any feathers, but it is an HU. Whether it's a real HU, they proved it on the field this year. Next year, Howard might be the real HU, but we don't know. We have Jett Duffey joining us. Before we start, Jett, I got to say, I ran into you at the HBCU Pigskin Showdown this year. You signed a picture for my 11-year-old brother. Thank you for that. He enjoys it. It's hanging on his wall next to his bed.
I love it.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Oh yeah, no worries.
So yeah, I'll take the first question because I'm not the expert here, and then hand it off to my draft experts. But Jett, the first thing that came to mind is you playing with Texas Tech in Cliff Kingsbury's scheme. How similar was that scheme to Hampton's scheme that the Pirates ran this year?
So to the base of it all, at the end of the day, it's all air raid. Both offenses were, air raid offenses. I've been in it since about high school, so I've seen a whole bunch of different variations. Coach King and Coach Patterson, they both have their own spins on it, because with the air raid offense, there's so many things that you can do. You can play all different types of football, but I mean, all in all, it just depends on your personnel and what works best with your offense. I want to say with Coach Patterson, a lot of RPOs, a lot of run game. We had a very dominant run game. Our O-line did a great job. Our running backs did a great job, so we couldn't exclude them out of the game. And then because the run game was so dominant, we had a lot of RPOs, a lot of play actions, a lot of different things that we could take advantage of. Coach Kingsbury, he's more of a guy that likes to game plan heavily. Like he'll go in and he'll see, he'll go watch the latest NFL games from the week, then he'll watch the teams that we're getting ready to play, and then he may take some plays from some other teams. He may take a play from us, a play from another team, combine it. He does all kinds of different things. So that's just the difference between those two offenses.
I mean, that's great to hear, honestly, because we think air raid, we think about Mike Leach, Cliff Kingsbury, and we just think throw all the time. But hearing that part about the run game, it's interesting. And I remember watching. I'm sure most people who know about your career at Hampton watched the Truth and Service Classic, out at Audi Field on NBC Sports Network, and saw how powerful your team's run game was in that game. I mean, heck, I think your backs are still running out in DC. So, no, that's great to hear, Jeff. So, Jett. So, I guess we'll go down the line, starting with Coach Grove, and then down to Coach Williams, Coach and Jackson. So I guess we'll go down the line with the questions that each of you guys have.
Yeah. Hey, Duffey, how you doing, bro?
Good.
Go ahead, Coach.
Let's see you.
Go ahead, Coach.
Duffey. Had some brief time with you, man. My question is going to be around opportunity, man, and I just want to hear. From an athlete who's competing and dreaming of getting to the NFL and playing professional sports, when you received the invitation, that arrangement was made to attend our event, what was your thought process initially?
Honestly, I was thankful, just being a part of the HBCU culture in general has been an amazing experience, not only on the field, but off the field. And just being able to, I had a huge smile on my face, just being able to be a part of, the very first HBCU specific all-star game, that's a blessing, and just to be able to be at the front of that change, it was honestly a blessing. Also on top of it, an opportunity. Got to do some really good things in front of a lot of scouts, and at the end of the day, all you can ask for is opportunity in this game.
Exactly. I guess the second part of that question is scout related. So when you made it to the area and you walked into measurements, what did that feel like? Actually seeing 16 teams on the ground, and what did that feel like to you? The initial walk into the door.
That in itself was a good experience. That was my first. Besides, NFL teams coming to practices and, pre-camp and all of that, it's just, that was my first experience with the draft. That was my first time stepping in front of the scouts. And in my mind, that was the time that it clicked, okay, my journey is beginning for this spring. you know. So it was nice. It was nice.
That's awesome. Appreciate you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm gonna pop in there next, Jett. I mean, first of all, thanks for coming and helping us out here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, my thing, man, is just in those coaching. I mean, us being former scouts and coaches. I mean, there was a lot of buzz that was starting to happen around your name. Right as we were starting to meet you. I mean, there was a lot of people that were, hey, Jett Duffey, Jett Duffey. We were hearing it. I mean, we were getting it from your representation.
Mm-hmm.
And that buzz not only went through our game, but it also, got you. I think, that buzz was already there that created that opportunity for you at the HBCU combine. For you to go to that combine, and there were only 38 kids. I mean, for you to get into that game as one of 38 guys shows you what that buzz level has been about you. So I guess I would ask you what were you trying to prove when you were taking off towards the combine? What was it that you wanted teams to know about you?
My biggest thing, I had two big things going into it. One, I just wanted teams to know me. I just wanted them to know Jett Duffey. I wanted them to understand that I'm not Jett Duffey the quarterback, I'm Jett Duffey the man, and I wanted them to know that. I wanted them to see who my parents have raised. I wanted them to see that through my actions and through my words, see that in my eyes. Then also, I just wanted to go out there and just be me, take advantage of the opportunity, not think too much about it, not think about it really at all. Just think about it during my preparation, everything that it took in order to maximize my opportunity. So honestly, I just wanted to go there and have fun. At the end of the day, just be relaxed and just be thankful that this opportunity is sitting in my lap, and not overlook it with wishing that things go my way. I just wanted to go God's way. So
Absolutely right. I think you did that. And I think you turned a lot of heads, and I think we all gonna see that around draft time, how many heads you turn.
Hey, hopefully we'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see you. You definitely gonna get some opportunities, no doubt about that. My next thing to you, I mean, as a former scout, I mean, we love comparisons and we love to compare guys to guys. So I gotta ask you, I mean, who would you pattern your game? Who do you compare yourself to as a quarterback? I mean, who do you think we're looking at when we're looking at you?
Man, like I'm still trying to figure that out, honestly, myself, because I've based my game around so many different players, like so many different people I've watched and taken little things from, just to the combine to who I am. But if I had to compare myself to a quarterback, it would honestly be Russell Wilson. Besides the size factor and all of that, just who he is intellectually, it's just him. Like he's a very passionate man, he's a God-fearing man. At the end of the day, he's somebody that you can place in any room, and everyone, when he walks out of that room, will respect him, and not because of who he is or the name, or anything like that, just because of the respect and the energy that he gives off whenever you meet him. So,
Absolutely. Who are you training with? I'll just throw in one more question. Who are you training with?
Currently, my quarterback coach is Craig Nall. He played in the league for a few years. And also
West Texas A&M, I think, right? West Texas A&M.
No, yep. And then I forgot where else he went. He's from Louisiana though, but he played for the Packers. For the Packers for some years. Yep. But I've been there training at Michael Johnson Performance Center out there in North Dallas. Speed training in Alito. Like I've been all over, just getting to it.
Absolutely. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. All right, Jackson, I'm talking over you, man.
Oh, no problem, Coach. Jett, first of all, thanks so much for coming on and being so generous with your time. You have had a benefit that a lot of these guys that maybe come from HBCUs, not all of them have had an NFL talent of a head coach, right? In Cliff Kingsbury, one of your years at Texas Tech. How did you feel that was how has that maybe most benefited you as you're preparing for the NFL draft process?
I feel like I feel like a lot of the things that I learned from him and a lot of the lessons that I received from him came later on. It came around this time, around about a year ago, year and a half ago. Basically, I had a more mature mind, more mature kind grasp of everything that was going on around me than I had when I first met him. So it was great for a lot of things to come to me, during this time that's going to help me, throughout my whole process, both on the field and off the field. So it's pretty great.
Absolutely. I mean, any edge you can have throughout this process is certainly a benefit. You've got a big one in being with Coach Kingsbury. Another question: you have been at a Power 5 school in Texas Tech, and you've been at an HBCU. How do they compare as far as environments, competition, and all that? You've one of the few men that's been in both. You tell me.
Right. All in all, at the end of the day, it's football. Great talent. At the end of the day, we can't ignore the resources, but at the same time, it's just being at especially my HBCU, I can't speak for all. I had everything that was needed to be a top Division I athlete. Really at the end of the day, like I said earlier, it's about taking advantage of opportunities. A guy can have a solid gold 20-pound bar, and another guy can have a copper crusted 20-pound bar, but they're both 20 pounds at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So it's ball. It's working. It's taking advantage of your opportunities. It's getting yourself to the place that you want to be. I mean, you could think about what someone else has all you want, but I mean, that stuff don't matter. So what I will say is that I didn't see any change. Honestly, I did see some kind of change, mainly with the speed of the D linemen. They were a lot faster and a lot more athletic than I assumed them to be, especially just watching film before coming into the season. But there was a lot of guys, a lot of D linemen that were very, very talented. And I was very impressed and very thankful to be able to compete against them. Mm-hmm.
I think HBCUs have a little bit of a tradition with some defensive linemen in the league over the past. Right. So I'm sure you're not the first quarterback to experience that. Jett, I guess one final question for you. I don't know if you've kept up much on Instagram and all that, but maybe a little drama with Kyler and the Cardinals. Cliff reached out to you? Can we expect to see you there?
Oh man, shoot! I hope to see me wherever they're gonna pay me the most. At the end of the day, so it's just I love to be in a great environment. I love to reconnect with my old head coach. But I don't know any much about what they got going on there.
Hey, we'll see. Maybe if Kyler takes his Instagram posts off again, maybe we'll see you up there, right? So,
maybe.
Thanks so much for coming on, Jett.
I appreciate y'all.
Thank you very much. We wish you nothing but the best, young man. You're gonna be just fine.
Thank you. Y'all have a blessed one.
Yep.
Thank you, Jett. Have a great night.
You too, bro.
Well, I mean, Jackson, that was really spicy way to end that in terms of Cardinals talk. But I think that'll be a little bit more of a discussion too in terms of where we expect Jett to land and what kind of fit he would be with certain teams.